Mario Party Superstars is the best Mario Party. Yeah, I said it. As someone who grew up playing Mario Party, I've played every Mario Party on console from 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. I gotta say, Mario Party Superstars is the best one in the series, in my opinion. I think it is a love letter to Mario Party fans. Now, while a lot of the minigames included in Superstars are absolute bangers, there are a few stinkers every here and there. Maybe about 10 to 15% of the minigames are kinda not good, but that's to be expected. So I thought it was a fun idea to rate all of them. I'll be rating these minigames from a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the absolute best, the cream of the crop, best minigames in Superstars, and 1 being the absolute worst and straight up terrible. Now obviously these are just going to be my opinions, so if you feel differently, yell at me in the comments below. That being said, let's start rating every Mario Party minigame included in Mario Party Superstars. This is going to be a long one. Alright, let's begin with Mario Party 1 free-for-all minigame Mushroom Mix-Up. Hurry and move the pattern that matches the sign that Toad holds up. I think I can speak for everyone when I say this minigame is one of the best, if not the best, minigame from Mario Party 1. I love the quick reaction-based minigames, and this one is no different. Absolute classic, and it's fun to play dirty and ground pound everyone to get the win. 10 out of 10. Dude, Chicha's gonna win!
You have no right to be living right now.
Second, we have Bombs Away. Try your best not to fall off the island as it rocks and tilts. The fear of being eliminated by either getting hit by a cannonball or just falling in the water is what makes this game shine. However, I wish they brought back the Mario Party 2 version instead because of that giant bullet bill that appears at the end. 8 out of 10. Shy Guy says, raise the same color of flag that Shy Guy raises. I love the fact that Shy Guy takes longer than normal to build up suspense and tries to fake you out. Big upgrade from the original. 10 out of 10. Crazy Cutters. Cut along the lines and dig up the fossilized figures. This one is fun, however it still has the problem where once you get to the left side, your character blocks most of your line of sight. 8 out of 10. Tipsy Turny. Tilt to slide the shell and uncover all the panels. I'm not that good at this minigame, but imagine playing this minigame drunk. 7 out of 10. Facelift. Or Bowser Facelift. Pull and tug Bowser's face to try to match the example. It's fun to stretch his face and make him look silly. However, the score can sometimes be a bit off, at least in my experiences. 7 out of 10. Hammer Drop. Try to get the coins, but watch out for the hammers. Very simple coin collecting minigame, and it's very punishing too, because if you fall off, you lose all the coins you collected. And you can also get a ton of coins from this minigame too. 8 out of 10. Castaways. Collect coins by fishing them out of the water. This minigame sucked in Mario Party 1, and it controls a little better in Superstars, but it's still bad. 2 out of 10. It's not good. Probably the worst minigame included from Mario Party 1. No. Alright, let's move on to the 1v3s, Piranha's Pursuit. The 1 has to skateboard their way to the end, while the 3 water a piranha plant to chase them to the end. This one is super lopsided towards the 1, in both the original and in Superstars. This is a hard 4 out of 10. Tug-O-War. It's a game of tug-of-war where you gotta rotate the control stick. When we were in diapers, we broke our palms playing this. Now, we break our controllers. Well, at least it's better than a hospital bill. 3 out of 10. Okay, let's move on to the 2v2 minigames. Bobsled Run. Team up with another player for a race, cooperate with your partner so you don't fall off, fall, and you lose the race. Kinda forgettable, this minigame comes down to who can match the fastest in the beginning, and all you gotta do is don't miss a lot of dash panels, don't fall off, and trust me, you will not lose your lead. 6.5 out of 10. Handcar Havoc. Race the hand cars in teams of 2. This minigame requires about 20 to 30 seconds of straight button mashing. And it's really easy to fall off too if you're not careful.
My team.
Tiny ass
I'm not matching.
Oh my god! Wow!
At the same time!
Whoever said you can do that without breaking is lying.
Yeah, I don't like that. Not at all. No. 5 out of 10. Mario Party 1 had a lot of highs, but it also had a lot of lows. For the ones they brought back, they did make improvements to them, but I'm not gonna lie, they could have picked better minigames. But Mario Party 1 is also home of some of the best minigames in the franchise. That being said, let's move on to Mario Party 2. Let's start with free-for-all minigame, Dizzy Dancing. You have to fight through being dizzy and collect as many music notes as you can. There is one thing that made this minigame a whole lot better than the original, and that is, instead of grabbing just the one music note, you now need to collect as many as you can before time runs out. This is a huge improvement and makes the game last longer than just 5 seconds and makes it a whole lot better in general. 7 out of 10. Bumper balls. Bump your rivals off the edge. Very nostalgic minigame, but I gotta say, it's pretty overhyped. However, they did make one big improvement, and that is, in the original, if the timer ran out and there was more than one survivor, no one would get any coins and it would end in a draw. But in Superstars, everyone can last till the end, and everyone who lasts till the end can win coins. That alone makes this minigame a lot better. 7.5 out of 10. Hot rope jump. The flaming rope spins and spins. Jump the rope without touching the flames. Very simple concept. Out jump rope everyone else. It's intense, requires a lot of focus, and most importantly, it's fun. On top of that, there's an endless mode. 9 out of 10.
Wait, everyone stop playing. Wait. No one say anything, hang on. Wait. Nice.
Tread carefully, shoot the rival tanks, get hit twice, and you're out. Originally known as Shell Shocked in Mario Party 2, I think of this game as poor man's World of Tanks. And I gotta say, it controls a whole lot better than the original. So, 7.5 out of 10. Bumper balloon cars. Use the spikes on your cart to burst your rival's balloons. When I play this game with friends, we usually gentleman it and don't go for anyone, and I don't know why. 6.5 out of 10. Sneak and snore. Sneak to the button and out the door while Chain Chomp snores. Hide in the barrel so you don't get noticed. Now, I'm not good at this minigame, so I'm a little biased, but you know what? I don't care. 5.5 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of this minigame. Mecha Marathon. Wind up as fast as you can so your mechanical fly guy flies the farthest. Now, you have to mash 2 buttons at the same time for 10 seconds. And that might not sound so bad, but at the end of it, you will feel fatigued. 7 out of 10. Slot Car Derby. Drive 4 laps of, well, slot cars. I remember hating this minigame in Mario Party 2, but the Superstars version, I don't know what it is, but it feels a lot better. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Bowser's Big Blast. Take turns pressing the switches. If Bowser blows up on you, you're out. Similar to Shy Guy Says, the bomb takes a longer time determining if you're in or out to build up the suspense. And that's really fun. 8 out of 10. Roll call. It's just counting. 6 out of 10. By the way, nice. Honeycomb Havoc. Collect fruit. Adjust the number on the block to avoid catching the honeycomb on your turn. I remember not liking this minigame for a long time, but as time went on, I kinda grew to like it. It's the mind games that really get me, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Alright, moving on to the 1v3 minigames, we have Archer Rival. The one has to Hawkeye the other 3. They kinda balanced it in Superstars, but it still leans towards the 1, so 7 out of 10. Look Away. The team of 3 has to look in a different direction than the 1 in 5 turns. This is a good one, and it's fun to play mind games on your opponents. 10 out of 10. Quicksand Cache. The one manipulates the quicksand while the other 3 have to collect coins and avoid getting sucked in the middle. I feel like they balanced this minigame in Superstars, so it gets a pass for me. 8 out of 10. Moving on to the 2v2's Dungeon Dash. Teammates must move their feet at the same time to move ahead. I like this one. It's not too punishing if you mess up once or twice, but towards the end, it gets really intense. And it's pretty funny when one team chokes right at the end. 8 out of 10. Speed Hockey. It's a dumbed down version of foosball. Pretty basic minigame, but it's enjoyable. 7.5 out of 10. Balloon Burst. Pump air into the Bowser balloon until it pops. This one all comes down to whichever team makes the first input, so it can get lopsided pretty quickly. 6.5 out of 10. Cake Factory. Work as a pair and make cakes. You know that one scene from I Love Lucy where they take chocolates off the conveyor belts? Or if you're not a boomer, think of that episode from Drake and Josh where they take the sushi off the conveyor belt. That's what this minigame is. And I love it. 9 out of 10. Sky Pilots. Control the plane with another player and fly to the finish line. One thing I like about this minigame is that even if you're behind, it's still very much possible to come back because it is very punishing if your team gets hit by a cannonball. 7 out of 10. Finally, we have the item minigames. Mario Party 2 has 2 of them in Superstars. The first one is roll out the barrels. Follow the barrels and break the one you want. This one's a crazy easy minigame. Very basic, but I think that's the point. 7.5 out of 10. Hammer Slammer. It's that one game you play at the carnival. This one's a little more challenging to get the item you want, and I appreciate that. And in this version, it's much easier to avoid the bell at the top in my opinion. 8 out of 10. The devs did a really good job of picking Mario Party 2 minigames. Obviously there were a few stinkers, but in my opinion, in Superstars, they made a lot of improvements to those stinkers, which I respect. That being said, let's go to Mario Party 3. And Mario Party 3, there are a lot of them. Starting with free-for-all minigames, Snowball Summit. Roll up a big snowball to push out your rivals. Just like bumper balls, if there are multiple people still standing, the game won't end up in a draw like the original. 7.5 out of 10. Ice Rink Risk. Avoid the spinies that slide around the slippery ice. I like this one. Where the spiny shells spawn are unpredictable, but I feel like they're easier to avoid in this one than the original. 8 out of 10. Bounce and Trounce. Knock your rivals off the playing field. What bumper balls should have been. 9 out of 10.
I'm sorry, T-Rex.
I got.
I'm saving that.
Storm Chasers. Water your piranha plant to help it grow. This is a cool idea. I'm just not very good at this minigame. 7 out of 10. Mush Pit. Grab the Mega Mushroom and ram into your rivals. Formerly known as Toadstool Titan in Mario Party 3, I love how this minigame is a free-for-all minigame, but it feels like a 1v3 once someone grabs the Mega Mushroom. 10 out of 10. Cheep Cheep Chase. Swim to avoid the giant Cheep Cheep. This one is just a worse version of Skateboard Scamper. Not a big fan. 6.5 out of 10. Chip Shot Challenge. It's just golf. But I like golf. 7 out of 10. Rockin' Raceway. You race on rocking horses. This one may look boring at first glance, but keeping a steady rhythm with your button presses while still trying to go fast is actually really satisfying. 9 out of 10. Messy Memory. Try to return all the scattered items to their original spots. I mean, it's just memorizing what's on screen, but I got a soft spot for these types of games. 8 out of 10. Parasol Plummet. Collect the coins as you fall. There was actually a way to cheese this minigame back in the original, by just hugging the sides, but they patched that out in Superstars. As for the minigame itself, it's really fun. 8.5 out of 10. Mario's Puzzle Party. Break blocks by connecting 2 or more of the same color. Simple, fun puzzle game. 8 out of 10. Moving on to the 1v3 minigames, Title Toss. The 1 has to make waves for the 3 to avoid. This can get frustrating for the 1 as the team of 3 can cheese their way to victory with iframes after getting hit. They sort of fixed it in Superstars, but it can still be frustrating. 6.5 out of 10. Boulder Ball. The 1 throws boulders for the 3 to avoid. Big improvement from the original, mainly because the 3 don't get pushed back as far when they get hit. Plus, I love the new scenery. 8 out of 10. Coconut Conk. The 3 drop coconuts for the 1 to avoid. Easily one of my favorite 1v3 minigames out of all of Mario Party, regardless of which side I'm on. 10 out of 10. Spotlight Swim. The 1 has to avoid being spotted by all 3 lights at one time. It's much more balanced in this version, but I still think the 3 have a slight advantage. Unless you're playing against the computers. When I was recording footage for this minigame, this happened.
Start. Finish. Winner.
7 out of 10. Hide and Sneak. The 1 has to guess where the 3 are hiding. Kinda boring in my opinion. Plus, if you're playing with 4 people, it's easy for the team of 3 to communicate. 5 out of 10. River Raiders. Collect the coins that travel down the river. Super lopsided minigame. The 1 can get a lot more coins than the 3 because the 1 has too much control of where the 3 can go. 4 out of 10. Now, the 2v2s. Etch and Catch. Surround the toad stamp with a circle with your teammate. You better have good communication with your teammate, cause this one can get frustrating! 6.5 out of 10. Picking Panic. Pass the cherries to your teammate and put them in the basket. Kinda forgettable in my opinion, but it can still be satisfying to nail every throw. 7 out of 10. Pizza Pizza! Eat as much pizza as you can. It's a masher at its core, but it's still a bunch of fun in my opinion. 8.5 out of 10. Puddle Paddle. Climb aboard the 2-person raft and collect coins. Pretty generic in my opinion, but it gets the job done. 6.5 out of 10. Now, the duel minigames. Tick, Tock, Hop. Jump and avoid the clock's spinning hands. Very intense duel minigame. It's very similar to Hot Rope Jump, but I think it's even more intense than Hot Rope Jump. I'm giving this one a nice 10 out of 10. Vine with Me. Jump at the right moment between swinging vines to reach the goal. Very key to time your jumps. One mistake can actually cost you the game. 8 out of 10.
I'm a god!
Alright, Dan, what are you gonna do?
This. Oh fuck!
Motor Rooter. Race a shell through the winding pipe. The controls can get a little wonky at times, so I'm not crazy about this one. 6.5 out of 10. Finally, the item minigames. Bobbing balloons. All you gotta do is pop a balloon and you get an item. Fun concept and fun execution. 8 out of 10. Swinging with Sharks. Jump to a barrel. Does anyone know how to get to the 5th barrel? Cause I sure as hell don't know how to. That's where the good item is. 7 out of 10. Winner's Wheel. Stop the wheel and get an item. This one's just okay. It's hard to time in this one. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 out of 10. In my opinion, Mario Party 3 probably has the best representation in Superstars. Not only because of the amount of minigames included from 3, but the picks were fantastic. And even the ones that weren't so great, they made improvements to, which made them a whole lot better. Now, let's move on to one of my favorite Mario Parties, Mario Party 4. Free-for-all minigame, Trace Race. Trace the guideline carefully with your crayon. I love this one. It's the same path every time, but it's very satisfying to get that nice 95% or more. 10 out of 10. Paths of Peril. Be careful not to fall off the winding path on your way to the goal. Another banger from 4. And a quick tip, try and avoid the path with the hard 90-degree turns. The other path is a little faster. 10 out of 10. Book Squirm. Stand under the holes in the falling pages so you don't get flattened. The best free-for-all minigame. Enough said. 10 out of 10. Next, the 1v3s. Goal! The team of 3 shoot penalty shots and the 1 has to block them. This minigame had the biggest balance change out of all the 1v3s in my opinion. In the original, it was very easy for the 1 to win, but now that the goal is noticeably bigger, the 3 would win a lot more often. 7 out of 10. Next up, the 2v2s, starting with the 1, the only Dungeon Duos. A super fun minigame, requires a lot of teamwork, and is my all-time favorite minigame in all of Mario Party. An easy 10 out of 10. Hands down. Reverse a bomb. Blow up the other side by pressing the buttons that light up to send bomb mobs to your rivals. My strat is to just stick to 3 buttons and just mash the hell out of them. And for some reason, it works. 8 out of 10. Money belts. Grab as many coins as possible on the conveyor belts. Another minigame with a big balance change. The top conveyor belt where the 1 is much smaller, making it a bit easier to fall off. 8 out of 10. Beach Volley Folly. It's just volleyball. But thankfully, it's just a bonus minigame that you won't find in the main party mode, which is for the better, because this game takes quite a long time to finish. 6.5 out of 10. The minigames they brought back from 4 were great picks, but there weren't a ton of them. I think they could have included a little more, like Toad's Quick Draw, Hopper Drop, Team Treasure Trek. But that's what DLC is for, I guess. Right? Right? Let's just move on to Mario Party 5. Free-for-all minigame, Dinger Derby. Swing at just the right moment to hit the machine's pitches. A minigame with a simple concept, and it works. And try not to be deked out by the speed of the pitches. 8 out of 10. Leaf Leap. Jump from leaf to leaf and climb higher than everyone else. A good reaction-based minigame that can be very punishing if you miss a jump. 8 out of 10. Pushy Penguins. Avoid the pushy penguins without falling into the water. Don't lie, when you think of Mario Party 5, you think of this minigame, and for good reason. It's a fun free-for-all minigame that controls very well. 9 out of 10. Coney Island. Catch the most scoops of ice cream to win. I'm not big on this one. People get in your way of grabbing a scoop and straight up robbing you of it. I know that's the point, but I'm not a fan. 6.5 out of 10. Bill Blasters. Aim for your rivals and fire away. Timing your shots are a bit hard in my opinion, because a player can use the cannon itself as a shield. 7.5 out of 10. Night Light Fright. Let the chain chomp come as close as possible and stop it with the flashlight. It's a game of chicken. I like it. 8 out of 10. Later Skater. Be the first to finish 5 laps around the rink. You just go around in circles, and once you get a lead, it is hard to lose it. 7 out of 10. Ice Hockey. That's it. It's just ice hockey. That's all it is. It's not that fun. 4 out of 10. Moving on to the 1v3s. Squared away. 3 big cubes, try and smash 1 small cube. Regardless of what side I'm on, I enjoy this game. However, I'd rather be the 1. 8 out of 10. Tube it or lose it. The 1 has to chase the team of 3 and pop their tubes. Similar to Squared Away, I like being on either side, but I prefer being the 1. 9 out of 10. Mario Party 5 was probably one of my least favorite Mario Parties growing up. I think it's the weakest GameCube one, but minigames they brought back were really good picks. And surprisingly, they brought back 0 mashers, and there were a lot of button mashing minigames in Mario Party 5. There was even a minigame called Button Mashers! But that one was kind of fun, so I'll give it a pass. Free-for-all minigame, Catch You Letter. Pick up letters falling from the sky and give them back to Shy Guy. It's one of those bland collecting minigames. Thankfully there aren't many of them in Superstars, and this one is one of the weaker minigames they could have brought back. 6 out of 10. Trap Ease Artist. Drop your cage at the right moment to capture as many Goombas as you can. You just gotta pray that the Goombas come to your side, so it's pretty RNG heavy. Not a fan. 6 out of 10. What goes up? Jump on the paratroopas to reach the highest altitude. A worse version of Leaf Leap. In my opinion, they should have brought back the nighttime variant of this game for Mario Party 6, where it's a race to the bottom. 7 out of 10. Snow World. Press A, B, Y, and X in succession better than your opponents. I love this minigame in the original, and I love it here. And this minigame is much easier now because we're using a Switch controller instead of a GameCube controller. 10 out of 10.
Let's go!
Nice.
Beat that, suckers!
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I'll beat it.
Dark and Crispy. Avoid Bowser and his fire-breathing attack. A survival game with a lot of close calls, like a Bowser minigame should be. And the hitbox for Bowser's fire breath is stupidly big. 8 out of 10. Pit Boss. Dodge Bowser's rolling spiky balls. Another survival game with a lot of close calls as well, but being blocked by everyone else sucks. 7 out of 10.
Spiky balls, my biggest weakness. Stop it! Stop it! Please stop it! Please, you bitch! Stop it!
X-Ray Payday, formerly known as Money Belts. Try to open boxes with coins in them. It's easy, but it's not fun. And it's just free money. 5 out of 10. There are no 1v3s for Mario Party 6 included in Superstars. So, let's move on to the 2v2s, starting with Burn Style. Jump to avoid the spiky turnstile. You know that one minigame from Fall Guys called Jump Showdown? That's what this minigame is. And I like it. 9 out of 10. Rocky Road. Break down the boulders blocking the road. Only punch the boulders. Don't kick them. Kicking is actually slower. 7 out of 10. Cashapult. Both teams take turns collecting coins in the sky. This coin minigame is easy too, but I find it way more entertaining than X-Ray Payday. 8 out of 10. There is only one dual minigame for Mario Party 6, and that's Mass Meteor. Dodge the floating asteroids. There were a lot of solid dual minigames from Mario Party 6, like T-5 and Lunaratics. Mass Meteor is a good one too, but I kinda wish they added more. 8 out of 10. Another sports/puzzle minigame, Block Star. Connect 5 or more blocks to remove them. I won't lie to you, I had no idea this game existed. I played it and it's just okay. Play Mario's Puzzle Party instead. 6.5 out of 10. Mario Party 6 is one of my favorite Mario Parties, mainly because of the boards, but there are no Mario Party 6 boards in Superstar. And the minigames they chose were okay. There were good ones, but there were not so good ones too. But that's what DLC is for. And for the love of God, bring back Clockwork Castle. That's the best board in Mario Party history. Free-for-all minigame, Monty's Revenge. Peek out the holes as long as you can, but don't let Monimo whack your head. This minigame is a brilliant idea, and it is so much fun. I love it. 10 out of 10. It's the final countdown. Out of 10. Pokey Pummel. Keep swinging your hammer to knock Pokies down to size. It's not a Mario Party unless you have a mashing minigame. 7 out of 10. Now the only 1v3 minigame from Mario Party 7, Pogo a Go-Go. The one spins the stage while the team of 3 avoids falling in the holes. There were better choices in my opinion, like La Bamba and Spray Anything, but this one is pretty balanced in my opinion. 7 out of 10. There were no 2v2s included for Mario Party 7, so let's move on to the only dual minigame included, Spin Doctor. Navigate through the series of spinning gates. Like Mario Party 6, Mario Party 7 was home of some of the best dual minigames in the series, like Give Me a Sign, Hip Hop Drop, Warp Pipe Dreams, just to name a few. But for some reason, they decided to bring back, in my opinion, one of the worst ones. It's hella boring. 5 out of 10. Now, the puzzle minigame, stick and spin. Connect 5 or more balls to remove them. I won't lie, I had no idea this minigame existed either, but like Blockstar, it snuck its way in. It's just a generic puzzle game in my opinion, 6.5 out of 10. I'm very satisfied of the minigames they brought back from 7, however, I'm surprised they didn't bring back any Bowser minigame from 7. In my opinion, 7 had the best Bowser minigames. And same goes for duels. They brought back one duel minigame and it wasn't all that great. But overall, the minigames they brought back were really good. Fun fact, out of Mario Parties 1 through 10, 8 is the best selling. It may have been because it was the first one on the Wii, but there were a lot of great minigames from 8. So they just had to bring back a ton of Mario Party 8 minigames. Right? Only 2 minigames from 8, and they're both 2v2 minigames, and they're both kinda mid. The first one is Paintin' Misbehavin'. Shoot to paint the Goombas your team color. Splatoon did it better. 6 out of 10. Then, Winner or Dinner. A generic coin minigame where you honestly don't collect a ton of coins since there are no money bags. Also, 6 out of 10. Yeah, I think we all know why Mario Party 8 didn't have a lot of minigame representation in Superstars. It's because a lot of those minigames had motion controls, and Superstars needed to work on the Switch Lite, meaning there couldn't be any minigames with motion controls. But they left out minigames from 8 that didn't have motion controls, like Sick and Twisted, Mosh Pit Playroom, and Snow Way Out. And even the ones that did have motion controls, they could have easily translated it to button controls. For example, Eye on the Prize. Instead of tilting the Wii Remote left and right, they could just make it moving the control stick left and right. And it's the same case for the next 2 games. The post-Hudson Soft era. Tackle Takedown. The 3 have to football tackle the 1. It's kinda generic, but for a minigame based on a sport, it's pretty good. 8 out of 10. Manner of Escape. Find the door that leads to the floor below. RNG heavy, and it comes down to process of elimination, but I kinda dig it. 7 out of 10. Goomba Spotting. Count the number of Goombas that run by. Roll call walked, so Goomba Spotting could run. Solid minigame, 10 out of 10. This one's a 2v2, but the game counts it as a sports game. Shell Soccer. Aim the shell at the opposing team's Goombas to take them out and win. You can't play this one in the main party mode, but in my opinion, I think you should be. It's soccer, but I like the twist they put on it. 7.5 out of 10. Mario Party 9 is my least favorite Mario Party, hands down. But I gotta admit, the minigames they included from 9 in Superstars, really good picks. Really, really good picks. And that's awesome. Free-for-all minigame, flash forward. Get to the center of the platform and face the camera. I prefer Slapperazzi from Super Mario Party. 6.5 out of 10. Rapid River Race. Steer your hovercraft to the finish line. Like I said before, I'm a sucker for a good reaction-based minigame like this one. And also, your speed locks, so once you reach max speed, you don't have to keep mashing A. 9 out of 10. And finally, the last minigame on the list, the only 1v3 minigame from 10, Skewer Scurry. The team of 3 have to avoid the skewers the one throws at them. As the one, it's fun to dig out your opponents, and although being the one is fun, I kinda prefer being on the team of 3. I love the feeling of just barely avoiding a skewer. 9 out of 10. Most Mario Party fans, and especially the OG Mario Party fans, like myself, can agree that Mario Parties 9 and 10 were definitely the weakest in the series. But like it or not, they're still a part of Mario Party history, and the fact that they're represented very well in Superstars, while there's not a lot of minigames included from those games, I can say I'm satisfied with the picks they made. And that Is every Mario Party minigame included in Mario Party Superstars rated from 1 to 10? This took so long. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Mario Party Superstars is a love letter to the Mario Party fans. I think it's a fantastic game with a bunch of callbacks, although there are some minigames that aren't so great. For the most part, the game is fantastic, and there is one thing they can do to make this game the ultimate Mario Party, and that is DLC. More boards, more minigames, and if they add DLC, I'll definitely make an update video. I love Mario Party. I grew up playing Mario Party. I've played every Mario Party games from 1 to 10, and a few handheld games. It holds a special place in my heart. I've been there through the highs and lows, and even games like 9 and 10 can still be enjoyable with a group of friends. That being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and let's hope Superstars gets the support it deserves.